It is so very important for Black Female Project and similar organizations that elevate and support Black women to exist because it is long overdue. The goal is to solve a problem so well that eventually we don't need your company anymore because we have fixed that problem in society. And so what that would look like for Black Female Project is every single Black woman feels good in her body and her skin. She feels confident when she walks into any workplace. And when things don't go the way of her favor, she knows how to navigate those spaces with ease, or at least with a community of support. It is important that we exist because Black women exist. My name is Afiya Shani, and I work for Black Female Project. Before I found Black Female Project, I was working at a nonprofit based in New York, where we worked with young people around the world, facilitating conversations around their difference and making sense and meaning around the differences that they have with their peers. What attracted me to Black Female Project was a number of things, including the circumstantial times we were in. We were in the pandemic. I quit the nonprofit job because I just felt out of alignment all of a sudden, just the way we were working, the times, the suffering of Black people. So I took time off and went to Costa Rica for a month and a half. I wanted to get out of my head and away from the computer and into my body. And when I returned, already on this long-term plan was to move to Oakland, was to create a West Coast life. I had this criteria of the only types of jobs that I would look for just to make sure it was always in alignment. And so I'd gone from art, community, education criteria to art and community, working for a Black woman or with Black women and serving the Black community very intentionally. And so when it posted that Black Female Project was looking for a consultant, and just the title alone said Black Female Project, that's already 2 checks off the box. And it's I'm curious to know what this is. So I looked into it and immediately was this is calling to me. So I applied and ended up having a conversation with Dana and Kathy. It was like we were old friends. The conversation was so seamless. What I was talking about, what they were talking about were so aligned. And the values of ease and how we want to work and who we want to serve. So I said yes when they said yes, and the rest is history. So at Black Female Project, we uplift the voices of Black women, we affirm our experiences, and we provide insights for achieving self-defined success in the workplace and beyond. The team at Black Female Project is very special and unique for a number of reasons. We're just small. We're a small and mighty group, and we're a combination of consultants and staff members. Our founder, Precious Stroud, is really good about seeing the gifts in individual people and placing you both where you want to be placed or where your gifts are calling you to be placed. Unlearning needing to do it all by yourself. We do our best. We let that be enough. And it does not mean that everything always gets done. It does not mean that we meet every single internal deadline that we set, but we communicate, we hold space for each other, we acknowledge what's happening in the world that might be affecting our individual work, and we have trust. The role I applied for was communications program consultant. And the responsibilities are to guide and lead a communications team that includes e-blasts, social media, event presence and marketing, and then program support. How do we engage with our network? How do we bring more people in? How do we let them know what we do and why we do it? And then how do we activate them so that they are aligned with the mission, but more especially to go off into their own worlds and activate the change that we are inspiring them. And ultimately to bring the vision of Precious and Black Female Project physically to life for people to enjoy through communications. Last February 2022 was my first year with Black Female Project and our presence at Black Vines, the wine festival, and Black Joy Parade, which is now a new Oakland staple. We decided last year to host a live conversation at the wine festival. It was a part of our Teacher Truth campaign. We talked to an educator turned winemaker about her journey from education to wine, and we did a wine tasting along the way. Great turnout. We did 2 sessions at Black Joy. We had a booth. I think they said 30,000 people came to Black Joy last year. There was a steep learning curve for me on both how we show up and represent ourselves at these large functions, but also the nitty-gritty of what's needed, who's needed, where they're needed. I needed a lot of support. Okay, do what you got to do. And we know you'll be here when we need you. And we know that everything will work out the way it's supposed to. So there was a lot of trust, and I didn't feel the anxiety that might come from a team and leadership, which then makes you feel anxious. I think that also made a big difference, and I think that's tied to the trust. I dream about my future a lot, and so included in that is Black Female Project, because they can't get rid of me so easily. I have all of these gifts, and I just want to use them, and I just want to inspire other people through just showing up as my authentic self. It is almost required to thrive here, is being your authentic self and then allowing that to transform and grow. I have learned a lot about myself. Definitely, I struggle to ask for help, but I also learned what I love. I love working with people. I love working with Black women. I love being in spaces where I have a hard line between who I am at work and who I am outside of work, where things can be professional enough that we are efficient and we get things done, but we can show up as human beings, and that I get to do exactly what I enjoy doing, and that more space is being created for me to do more of what I enjoy doing.